There are loads of gurus online now, especially on YouTube, that are telling strength coaches, if you want to go online and you want to work from anywhere and you want to hit 10K a month, then follow these magic 3 steps. But here's the truth, right? None of them have ever actually, no, not that. Most of them never built a real fitness business. They made their money by selling coaches the dream and not actually delivering results to clients online like they're preaching. They've never done 5 a.m. sessions, never juggled 30 in-person sessions, never built a gym from scratch or managed over 50 people online. But if you don't know already, I'm Dean. 15 years in the trenches, built 3 successful 6-figure businesses and sold my gym in 2024 after 10 years. And I competed in strongman at the highest level. And now I mentor strength coaches who actually give a shit, helping them hit consistent 5 to 10K months without cold DMs or cringy sales scripts. I teach real systems that work for real coaches. And it all started with one decision. The day I decided to go pro in business and stop dabbling, just like I did in sport. And here's the thing that nobody's telling you, right? Most people in business don't have an algorithm problem. They don't have a niche problem. It's just that you're treating it and acting like a hobbyist. And let's be honest, most strength coaches don't have a business problem. They have a foundation problem. Because look, if you can't sell 10 spaces face to face in a gym, why the fuck is somebody gonna buy from you off the online system? If you've spent time on a gym floor, then that was your apprenticeship. I clocked up 5,000 plus hours on the gym floor, talking to people, really grinding it out at the start to understand exactly how to talk to people and what people actually wanted. And here's the truth, right? I used to think that more availability, more time would equal more clients. So I started my own facility and I was working every single hour possible to make sure that I was there for the people when they wanted to train. I trained athletes to general pop and I was living on caffeine and cortisol. But from the outside, it looked like I'd made it. And from the inside, I was burnt out, I was flat. I was demotivated. And it's all because I didn't have the space. I didn't have the freedom. I didn't have time to actually grow as a person. And that's when I then designed the hybrid model where I coached people in person and online so I could have the freedom. They would still get the results. I just needed to implement the systems that kept them on track, kept them accountable, and gave them best of both worlds. So they still had the in-person activity, but they didn't need me holding the hand every single day. And I've now helped hundreds of coaches do the exact same thing to build 5 to 10K reoccurring months. No cold calls, no begging, with around 30 clients rather than thinking they need 300 leads. They have the freedom and the results because the system works. So look, in 2025, you need to understand that you are the brand for the business. Not some Ponzi name, Fit Fest 360. People don't care about that. They care about the person, the backstory, the struggles, the wins, and actually real life people that have been through what they are working through. People that they can trust. It's your story, your scars, your battles, and your standards. People follow coaches that they connect with, not just because they're jacked, but actually people that they can have a real connection with. So let's actually look at the online model. So here's the thing that you actually need to be able to move your business forward. And this is the blueprint to building an online business. First of all, you want one offer that's value, that's clear, and that talks to one person within the market. Because if you are talking to too many people because you're trying to just grab as much money as you can, you dilute the expert of who you are and who you're working with. Then we've got an email list that does the heavy lifting. This needs to be in place and it needs to be something that you're constantly building, because if you capture people onto an email list by giving them free things that are moving them forward, eventually they will trust you and want to buy off you. And then we've got content. This is content that actually speaks to people about their pain points instead of trends. But we need to speak to people within their pain points and their problems. So you can connect with them and they know that you get them, and then you can take them on that journey rather than just jumping on trends that people are doing. And then we have finally the growth engine. And this simply is the system that puts everything together, that is building trust whilst you're asleep, and that will help people then eventually buy off you. Because look, gone are the days where you're doing a funnel and here's a funnel. You're spending lots of money on ads to drop people into the top of the funnel. They're going through the funnel and they're dropping out the bottom, and you're losing money because this system here is not keeping them in the flow. But with the system of the growth engine, what I've built, you've got the stages that work them round, and they continue to keep people flowing, warming them up, and eventually people will then buy off you. But this is where most people are going wrong with their business. They're not building an email list. They're not building followers. They're not building a cult-like audience that are going to eventually buy off them. They're just throwing things out there and hoping it sticks. Number one, they haven't got the content in place. So they're not clear on actually the types of content. People aren't studying it. They're not planning it in advance and actually looking at the stats. They're just throwing things out there. Most of the time, they're throwing out their lists thinking that that's the impressive part. And just for the record, I used to do that because you get a lot of likes and you get a lot of dopamine from it. But that is not what people want. People want to know that you know their problem and you can fix their problem. Then once you've took people through that, we then want to make sure that you're building the email list and then you're there for them when they want to buy. But if you're asking, well, Dean, how do we collect email addresses? Well, quite simply, there is something called ManyChat. Very simple and very effective system that you can plug into social media, where you say underneath a video, comment the word X, whatever it is, and I will send you the PDF or the training or whatever it is that you're giving them that gives them value to help them move forward. ManyChat will then automatically comment and send them the flow, which obviously you have to build on the back end. But it is an absolute game changer of a thing, and you will realize that you can be reaching out to people without having to do the work every single day. So you can focus on the sales. And if you get some systems like this in place, it is part of the way of turning pro within your business, rather than just thinking that word of mouth is acceptable. Because look, every single time I hear somebody say, I build my business through word of mouth and I get plenty coming in, that sounds great to say. And actually, it's probably just a little bit of an ego comment, because nobody built a business from word of mouth. And it's either you're scared to do the rest and move forward into the pro of business, or you think that you're that cool and you're getting enough to do that for the rest of your life. Trust me, it's not going to happen. You need a business, you need a system, you need something that is in place to generate you leads and to continue bringing leads in for you. But look, here we have it. This is the growth engine, and this is exactly the system that you want to implement into your business. So first of all, we have the Smart Ad Protocol, which is the ad process that we build into your business. You do it yourself, I don't do it for you. That will bring the right people and the right eyeballs onto you and your business. We then turn them into leads by giving them free stuff that is going to bring them into your community, i.e. your email list. They might go onto your school. They might go into a landing page that has a PDF that they give you their email, anything to actually connect but give them value. Then from that, we turn them into customers. And that is where they watch your power videos, just like what you're doing now. You're most likely watching this, buying into my process, my system, and understanding that shit, this guy knows what he's doing. And then eventually you will want to buy off me. You also may not, which is completely fine. But then from here, we turn them into clients. And that is with the magnetic offer blueprint. And that is making sure that it has a clear understanding of who you're working with and exactly what you're doing, but also you have a time frame to it. Because a lot of people say, I do online coaching. Well, great. Who's it for? What is it? What does it entail? And if you're just gonna say it's like everybody else that does online coaching, then no fucking wonder that you haven't got leads coming in, because that is not sexy at all. But from here, we then turn them into case studies. We give them an awesome result-based experience as they go through, and then we use their case studies to do more ads and build the flow. So look, this is the growth engine. This is what you need to build into your business. And even at the lowest point of doing this, just start building an email list and start getting the eyeballs onto your page that you need, as opposed to offering your services to everybody. But that's it from me. I hope you got value from that, and I hope you understand what is actually out there and what you're capable of doing. But right now, if you are going to do anything, please just offer to your market something that is of value to them, and then start to build trust with people, because I promise you, if you then reach out to them, you'll be surprised how many people actually want to work with you. It really starts as simple as that. But look, if you want to work with me, drop me the word juicy to my Instagram and I'll talk to you there, and we can really start to build the momentum for your business so that you can see exactly what this looks like when it's inside your business. Peace out.